Okay, this is my first video on Magic Legends. It might be a long video. I'm just going to be talking about how it's been going so far, I guess. Just do some commentary over some videos that I recorded, playing through a few missions here. This is a mission in Shiv, which is the red area, where you get red spells for doing the missions, and you get red mana, like mostly red mana on the overworld. So this is the second area that I went to. The first I went to was the black area, which was Innistrad. I don't think they call it that, but it's the place with the werewolves and vampires and all that. So the reason that I went there is because I knew I wanted to focus on using sorceries with my character. So my character is a Geomancer, which is the red class, and I'm using mostly red spells, but I'm using two of the black spells I got from that Innistrad area. So this is like halfway through this mission where I'm starting this recording from. Yeah, I haven't really prepared what I'm going to say. I'm just going to hope that I can remember most of the things that I want to talk about. So I'm playing on normal here, and I don't think there's any reason to turn up the difficulty. This is, like, as you can see, this is incredibly easy. I'm not even that high a level. Everything dies very quickly, and I barely take any damage. But I don't think there's any reason to really turn the difficulty up. I have tried it a few times, and I feel like it just makes it take longer, because the enemies just take like twice as long to kill. Occasionally you'll die, which makes everything take even longer. And the rewards don't seem that much better. I guess if you're really, really overpowered, you might want to turn the difficulty up though. But I'm not really at that stage yet, and I'm like level 23, and I think 30 is the maximum for each of your characters, and once you get to 30 you might as well change to a different character. That's my understanding so far, but I'm not there yet, so don't really know. I'm definitely just going to stick with the Geomancer until I hit the level cap, I think. But here, this is fighting a dragon at the end of this mission here to save Daragaz, who has been captured, and I'm gonna try something now. Yep, you're probably gonna hear me like clicking around and stuff, and there it is. This is one. I'm gonna try to bring up some magic cards that are relevant to the game and what's happening in the game. I'm probably gonna just be clicking around so much and doing other things that I won't be concentrating on what's happening, but this is just, I think this is a good time when this is just a boss fight. You fight these smaller enemies until the dragon actually comes down so you can hit it. And yeah, I'm just doing so much damage that I hit the dragon like 3 times and then he flies off again. Like I nearly killed him then. In about 3 seconds. So yeah, here's a card. Let me just, I'm gonna try to change the card now. Yep. Okay. It's not gonna be too hard. And this is just another version of that, of the same, it's the same character, but it's a different card. This is like an older one. And I actually recognized this card from, think I used to have it. Or my brother did anyway. And yeah, if you do play Magic, you will recognize a fair amount of the characters as you're playing, which is kind of the most interesting thing about the game, really. And yeah, I was surprised that I actually remembered this one. I remembered enough. I remembered that I was pretty sure it was like a 3-colored dragon, like a black, red, green. And then I went and looked it up, and yeah, sure enough, there it is. So maybe I'll just remove it now. I'm not sure how long I'm gonna leave those up for. But this fight, yeah, I was gonna say it wasn't that exciting, but it's fine. It's just a lot of it's nice that the enemies take damage from the fire as well. It's pretty funny. They're fighting with the dragon. So, yeah, I'm probably not going to spend this whole video complaining. Although I kind of could. There's just like a lot of little things. Like even there, you saw the animation didn't really work properly. Like the animation for that jump one, it keeps just jumping like straight up and down when it's supposed to be like in an arc from one location to another. I probably should explain, I have full health at the moment. There's like a little bit of armor which this character gets when you use your normal attack. Above that there's like a planeswalker special bar thing where you can transform into a, well, with this class anyway, you transform into some big rock monster thing. Or you could use it like one section at a time and you just get this aura that you glow with. So, is the story interesting? Kind of. Again, the most interesting thing about the story is what characters are in it. So it's cool seeing like this really old character from probably nearly 20 years ago or something when it first came out in Magic. And yeah, even like a lot of the minions and things are like lesser kind of cards. So here I'll get one from this chest, I think. So yeah, there's a Gitu Lava Runner, and I'll just bring up the card now. There we go. It's that card, which I did recognize. So yeah, this card's from Dominaria, and I guess yeah, one of those Daragaz cards was from Dominaria, and the area in the game, well, it's Dominaria. Shiv is part of that, of Dominaria. There's like 3 different regions, and this is one of them. So I'm not sure how long. Okay, this video is about to end. I'll load up in the next one. Okay, well, I might have to skip ahead a bit. I just wanted to show a multiplayer mission. This is just a quest in the overworld here. A skirmish there. I'm glad that came up because I forgot what they were called. And you get rewards for doing that. Like I was getting mana there, and it was mostly red mana, I think, because I'm still in the red region here. Well, you can see here yeah, the screen's probably going to go away. I won't talk too much about the pause menu there. But let's just fast forward until we get to the mission. And then I can actually talk about. Okay. Yeah, this is good enough. We'll just keep it here for the meantime. So this is a multiplayer mission. Some of the missions they kind of default to playing multiplayer, so it's like 3 characters. So I'm playing with 2 other people in this mission, and the missions are kind of designed for multiple people to play them. I don't think I've tried one of these missions solo, although you can do it. I just do whatever the default is. Some of the missions are default, and the problem with playing multiplayer missions is that you're not really going to get any story. Some of them have like a little bit of story in them, I think. Like a little bit, but that's just going to get skipped every time, so I think they generally leave the story missions to single player missions. Although you can also play those in multiplayer if you want to. Yeah, I left the left the Gittu Lava Runner up that whole time. I didn't mean to. I was just trying to get to the right part of the video. So this mission, you can see the timer up there. You basically just have to kill things until that timer runs out. But it is a good opportunity to kill a lot of things and get a lot of loot. And I think the combat is fun enough that that's kind of the best part of playing the game, is killing things, using your abilities and just destroying everything. And yeah, the missions where it's like, you know, you're going from A to B to C and you're just running all over the place probably aren't as fun as just fighting things. So yeah, I can spawn dragons because of an artifact that I got. I don't know if it's like some super rare artifact, but if I was just like really lucky to get it, or if everyone just gets a rare artifact, but I'm pretty happy with it because whenever I cast a sorcery there's a chance to spawn a dragon, which definitely, that's why I wanted to focus on just having as many sorceries in my deck as I can. And there's only one creature spell, all of the others are sorceries. So sorcery spells are spells that deal damage, really. They do other things, but there's also creature spells which will spawn minions to fight, or creatures to fight for you. Which I'm sure some classes definitely just focus on creatures, on having as many creatures as they can in their deck, but there is a limit to the creatures. There's also enchantment spells, but I don't even think I have that many enchantment spells, and I've never really used them. I'm guessing they will boost like more, like all your creatures and things like that, like an area of effect or something. So yeah, the other good thing about multiplayer missions is that you can pick up all the loot from when your opponents kill things. So that, yeah, there's just a ton of enemies in these missions, so it's a really good opportunity just to, a lot of the times I just run around and just to pick up all the loot from the enemies that the other players have killed. But here's another card right now. You can see plenty of these around at the moment. Flametongue Kavu. It's the only creature that I'm actually playing in my deck at the moment. And I would probably just take it out if I found another sorcery that I wanted to use, but out of all the creatures that I've got, it was probably the most interesting one. I was just reading what Flame Tongue Kavu does. I actually forgot what it did. Anyway, I don't even know if I want to show the rest of this mission. I could just skip it until the part where it's over and you get the rewards, but I got an artifact then. Okay. Another problem I have with this game is the equipment is like pretty hard to figure out what equipment you actually want to use, and a lot of it seems pretty useless if you're trying to be a specific type of character. Like, all I do is try to look for things that are gonna help in terms of damage and sorceries and things, and a lot of the times none of my equipment will do that, and there's just so many. Yeah, I probably talked about this in another video where I'm actually playing at the time, and I can just go through my problems with the equipment system, and probably even the artifacts, although the artifacts is a little bit simpler. So yeah, there's artifacts which are a separate thing, and then there's equipment like you've got a head equipment and boots and gloves and stuff. So I'm just gonna, maybe I'll just look for another I was gonna say another card here, just to show. I did look up a few cards. So Nissa, one of the first characters you run into. Pretty cool to see Nissa in the game. Also Zendikar would have been one of the main places that I wanted to have in this game, I think. So it's cool that that's there. I think Ravnica would also be pretty cool. But that's like an old Nissa. I'm sure there's been like a ton of Nissa cards. Okay, this is... maybe I'll go back to the other one, because I don't want to move... No, I can maybe move this image. Maybe, I don't know. I might break everything if I try. But yeah, we know what Nissa does. Maybe I'll change it back to the other one. There we go. Pretty sure this was the first Nissa, and it was from Zendikar. Which Nissa's from Zendikar, so anyway. I'm trying to think about what else I want to talk about. Okay, so you have... It is kind of all over the place, isn't it? I can use my Planeswalker, like, ultimate ability here, but a lot of the times when you're playing on normal, you don't even really need to do anything, really. I'm never going to be in danger of dying, and the only reason to use abilities is to kill things quicker, so... And if there's like a ton of enemies around, you can just use one of your like AoE spells and just kill them all in one go. So that's pretty cool. You also have... So I'm playing on controller, as you might be able to tell with all the buttons that are around. So yeah, each spell is on a button, like a face button, A, B, X and Y. And when you use one, you'll get another random spell in that spot. The Slag Strike, you can see the A ability is grayed out because you need to be like targeting an enemy before you can use it. It's an ability that only hits one enemy, which that's the only one that I have in my deck. So, and yeah, you can see the mana cost of each spell under it. It'll have like, you know, 2 red things or a red thing, or like 3 red things and a grey, which, yeah, grey is any colour, just like magic, and 3 red things, and that'll use up the bar down the bottom. As you can see now, I've got like 3 blacks, and okay, mission's over. So I got a Magma Colossus. Yeah, whenever I get a creature, I'm just like, yeah, not really interested. And the funny thing is, I went to the red area expecting to get more spells that I would use, but I didn't use any of the spells because I'm pretty sure basically all of them were creatures. And I'm like, I'm not really interested in creatures. I'm just trying to have all sorceries if I can. So I'm gonna guess that that mission was over. I'm gonna guess that there's nothing else. Oh, there's a Shivan Dragon. A mythic Shivan Dragon. Oh yeah, it's in the overworld there are bosses that spawn, and it's kind of like a constant thing that's always going. It's pretty cool the first time you fight one. Then after that it's like, okay, you can fight them, you get rewards, but generally I've just been focusing on going through the story if I can. And yeah, there's Daragars. I might just skip to the next video. I don't want this video to be very, very long. So yeah, here's another, I guess I'll bring up another card now. So this is Squee. He's kind of like the main quest giver in the Shiv area. Okay, that one's better. I'm glad I downloaded 2 versions of these cards because this one actually fits. Yeah, who cares what he's saying, I guess. The missions, they're kind of interesting, I guess. The story. Oh, here's another character which I recognized as well. So I might as well bring the card up now. Wait, there we go. There's Adeliz, again from Dominaria. I guess I'm glad that I played some Dominaria on MTG Arena, so that I recognize these cards. Yeah, I've played Adeliz a little bit with Wizards, but of course that's all in Historic now, and I don't really play Historic too much. So I think this was one of the more interesting missions, and okay, I'll just fast forward to this part where you're fighting this guy. I don't think this, like some of these characters, I don't even think they were in, they have any cards. They were just made for this game, which is fine, I guess. So this is just like a boss fight that's, yeah, none of these are terribly difficult, unless I turn up the difficulty, which, again, I don't know what the point of doing that would be. I'm not sure how much better the rewards really are. I kind of tested it one time, and I would get 15 mana for doing something on normal, and then I would get 18 for doing it on hard, which is like only like 20% more or something, and it just takes like twice as long to kill anything. So I after that I just did not ever want to play on hard difficulty, even though it can kind of get boring when everything just dies in one hit, but also it's kind of fun. It's kind of fun when there's like 20 enemies around you and you just press one button and everything dies. So there have been performance issues in this game. If it looks like the game's running bad, that's because it is. I'm playing on the lowest settings, but a lot of the time there's just like latency issues. I don't think this is a spoiler here. Yeah. I don't think the story has been interesting enough to spoil anything at this point. But that was there are some cool looking things in this game. I think generally the sound is fine, but unfortunately most of the sound effects are just way too loud. If you want to turn the volume up loud enough to hear what the characters say when they talk, like the sound effects are just like more than twice as loud as that, and it's pretty annoying. You can't even go into the settings and change that. You can't turn down the sound effects, you can only turn down the music and the voice volume, which doesn't really make any sense. Also, some of the abilities are a lot louder than others, and that's also kind of annoying. But I suppose if you're just playing with headphones on, maybe that doesn't really matter. Anyway, I guess I don't know if there's anything else interesting in this video, so I might just cut to the last one. Yeah, I'll probably go through like menus. Maybe I'll leave that for a separate video. Here I'm just trying to compare. This is what comparing equipment looks like, and it's just just incomprehensible. There's just so many things, and it's and there's even like hidden abilities that unlock when you level them up or something. It's just, yeah. I do not even want to deal with equipment right now. Trying to, yeah. It probably wouldn't even make much difference anyway. I'm not sure if the equipment makes you that much stronger. And yeah, I'll probably just do a video which covers most of this stuff. So I am just going to leave that for another video. But this is your realm where you spend a lot of money that you've earned building things, I guess. But anyway, I'm just going to cut to another video now. Sorry if that was a bit jarring. But yeah, here's this mission. This is like a multiplayer mission. And that guy, I saw that guy went there before me, and now there's like 2 out of 3 players matching. So we're just waiting for another player to start that mission. You can start missions without even being at that location if you've beaten them before. So you don't have to like wait and see someone walk up to it. But when you are waiting for the matchmaking to finish, which sometimes can take a while, I guess. Here it probably takes like 5 minutes. You can just still run around and fight things, although I wasn't really finding anything, but I did find just this mission over here on the overworld that I was just completing while the matchmaking was going. While I was just waiting for that, so it's nice that you can still, you don't just have to stand there doing nothing for 5 minutes while you wait for players to start that mission. And this is just another type of overworld mission you can do for the mana towers. Yeah, there are also these portals that open up that you can do, and I don't even know if it's worth doing them at all, but you just, like, I give you a radar and then you can find where the portal is and just do those missions. But yeah, here's what the rewards are like for doing an overworld mission, I guess. And I'm pretty sure I finished this mission just in time for when the other player joined. There's probably more cards that I wanted to show. Not too many. But here's a Shivan Dragon, whatever. And I guess those were some of the mythic encounters on one of the places. This might actually take a while to load, but that's fine. I'll just keep showing other cards anyway. I could just skip ahead. Anyway, here's Pyroclasm. One of the best spells that I have. It's probably, yeah, I didn't just look up everything. But I'm sure most of these spells that I have are probably spells from the game. I know some of them aren't, because some of them I looked up just to see whether it was a spell or not, from, like, whether it was a card from Magic or not. But anyway, so yeah, this mission was kind of interesting. At first I didn't know what I was doing. But there are these orbs that spawn in the middle, and you can take them to each of these, to the right coloured, whatever you call them, place to shut them down. I guess portals, yep, it says it right there. It's right there on the screen. So yeah, I thought this mission was kind of interesting. It's just like, it's just another multiplayer mission where it's just kill everything until everything's dead, and then keep killing everything until the time runs out, really. So yeah, here I was just like, do I just stand at this portal to do the thing? And then eventually I realized when it was shutting off when someone walked onto it. So I went into the middle and realized, oh, these orbs appear. But yeah, there's Ral, probably the first character that you encounter in this game. I believe he's from Ravnica. Because he's part of the Izzet guild. And I don't even know if I probably won't even show this whole mission. Like, you get the idea by this point. And I think I'm out of cards. Out of card images that I prepared for this video anyway. Could go back to some other ones that I've shown, but yeah, like, I didn't bother trying to make this look fancy or anything, or thinking about where I should put the card on the screen, but hopefully it's not like too big that it's covering everything, but also I hope that it's actually readable. Yeah, hopefully it's big enough that you can actually read the card. I haven't even been reading them, to be honest. Yeah, there are like for each Planeswalker, there's multiple versions generally in different sets because they're Planeswalkers. That's what they do, they appear in multiple sets. But here you can see I'm grabbing the green orb, taking it to the green portal, and then that shuts that off and I guess hits all the enemies around it. Generally, I guess these multiplayer missions are probably the most like fun part of the game so far, I guess. You do single player missions and they're more story focused, which is also fine. But yeah, I'll probably just end this video soon. And I guess I'm planning to do another video which is kind of just more focused on the systems, I guess, and menus and whatnot. Here I just wanted to show some gameplay and just talk about the different kind of characters and creatures and spells and all that that you'll find in the game. I guess if you were grinding, you would probably just keep doing multiplayer levels over and over, I'm guessing. They do take a while, but that's how you get the most loot, I think. At least that's been my experience so far. Because there's just so many enemies in the levels, and you can get loot for when your teammates kill everything. So yeah, I'm probably just gonna leave it here at that. I didn't write anything down that I wanted to talk about, but I think I covered most things. So anyway, I'm yeah. I was trying to think if I could just like fade to black or something, but I don't even know. It's fine. Okay, so this is my first video on Magic Legends. I normally do like Magic the Gathering videos. But anyway, I'm just going to end it here. You can imagine we kill more things, get more loot. At the end of it I'll get... How about I just fast forward to see what the rewards at the end of this mission were. Got another minute to go. And then I'll end it, I guess, looking at the whatever the card I got. I'm in the blue area at the moment. Can I remember what that area is called? Not off the top of my head. But it's also in Dominaria. So it looks like it gives you a score after the mission. I don't even know what that's related. I mean, it's related to how many things you kill, I guess. Maybe you get better rewards for the better... It says silver then. I guess that I didn't do good enough to get gold. I don't know if that's like a team thing that you share. It should be, since it's a co-op mission. But I got Tornado here. If I wanted to play blue spells, I would have to take the black spells out. But that's an option. Anyway, that's going to be it for this video. Magic Legends. This was probably too long, but at least I'm going to end it here. So, thanks for watching. Bye.